Okay.
Hi, this is Lori,
This is Peter.
And this is Hamilton.
and we're with Action Heroes LA, a subsidiary of Heroes Character Rental Service. And we're here to review, again, Another Earth. And you haven't seen our previous review is because I only recorded half of it. And so we wanted to do a whole new take of this movie. So, Hamilton, you selected this movie. You want to let us know why you picked it?
You know, honestly, I had seen this film about 10 years ago when it was playing in the theater, and it just looked interesting to me, but it was one of those films that kind of exceeded my expectations at the time. I was like, I didn't know anything about the actress Brit Marling, and then when I found out about her story, I thought, wow, this is really, this is interesting. And then I saw other films with her, and I realized, no, this is not just a fluke. This person is really talented and has some interesting perspectives to bring. So this film in particular, I don't consider it like perfect or like a classic necessarily, but it's like one of those films where you get to see a young person early in their career, and like, wow, like this is like it marks
kind of young talent,
occasion.
kind of like emerging on the scene, and you're like interested in where they're going to go from there,
right?
And whether they'll be able to sustain the quality of work they're putting out in their first efforts.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, Peter, you wanted to, because you really.
This was my first time seeing it, and I really enjoyed the movie.
Yeah.
I'm not going to review her and her talents, but...
What happened now? My technical difficulties. There we go.
Okay. But the movie there was a lot of layers to it.
Right.
And some of the things that the characters were going through and how they ended up relating to each other and stuff like that. I just thought it was a fantastic movie. There's just, I want to let you guys talk, but there's
I
just
wanted
so
to
much.
kind of explain what it is now. Another Earth is it's really a drama. It comes in the trappings of sci-fi because there's an event. Actually, they find another Earth. There's going along with this girl's story. She's a young high school student on the verge of going to MIT, and while she's partying, celebrating her accomplishment. On her way home, at the same time this is going on, there's news that there's another planet. Well, that's not a spoiler. That's what the movie's about. It's the very good. This is like the first 10 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
So at the same time, there's another Earth, another planet that looks exactly like Earth has been discovered, and so on her way home, she gets into an accident and actually kills the wife and child of this guy. And later on, after she serves her time, she ends up tracking down the guy and beginning what's like a work type relationship that evolves into something more, and all the while amongst this framework of this other planet being out there, and question of whether, since this planet seems is exactly the same, as whether we have a duplicate person on that planet as well. And there's something you mentioned about the movie, that
Okay, because in the movie there's one guy who says, we keep calling it Earth 2. Do they call us Earth 2? Which I was like, wow, that is actually a good question.
I love that, dialogue.
They also, because just as we see the moon, you can see that other Earth just sitting there. And I mean, it's, it looks exactly like our Earth. So they're building a rocket to go there, and they're wondering, well, why haven't they come to see us? So, which, I mean, that Earth could also be building a rocket at the same time, because before then, why didn't we go see them?
Right.
I
think you're right, Peter. Like the meditative aspects of the film, there's a lot of like lines that have you thinking throughout the film about what's being said and what's going on. and it's just really well written. There's not a moment in the film that kind of lags because the pacing is really well done in this film. I think the things that really attracted me originally to this film is I understood it was like a small independent feature, and I think it was made for like around $100,000. And that's what I love about the script is it's a script that you could do with not a lot of money, and yet the storytelling is really is exceptional. You know, I was gonna mention, you know, getting into some of the details without giving away spoilers. Like Laurie mentioned, there's this whole other Earth in the background, but it's more like it's always in the background, but it's not the main.
It's not the main
of the film.
Yeah, this is more of a drama about her and her developing this relationship with the guy whose family she accidentally killed.
Right.
And, you know, where that relationship goes, I had a small piece of contention with it that we've discussed a lot already. But one thing you had pointed out, what's nice about, and this is what's great about like using science fiction, as kind of a reflection on the things you're going on, of your personal life, as you talked about. Kind of the theme of the movie is not being able to escape yourself. She's trying to escape to this other planet from her miserable situation, and so, you know, she wants to go she wins a ticket to go to this other planet, and it's something she comes to realize in the course of this relationship with this guy, and how, you know, how it kind of resolves
because
she can't escape herself.
Yeah, right. Because it's one of those things. What's the same every place you go? You.
Yeah. You always have to be with yourself. Yeah.
You are always there. Even if she goes to this other planet, she's still her. She still has her memories. And who knows, when she gets there, maybe she's that exact same, you know, that...
Well, they kind of touch on that in the ending, which I thought was interesting.
Which was a really kind of brilliant. I think this movie is really smart and it's really well done. Like I said, I have a small point of contention, and I just have it just has more to do with probably the inexperience of her as an actress.
Probably.
Than,
I wanted to touch on that. I don't know if you want to talk about it or not, but I thought about it since we
I'm happy to talk about it
again. Because I see your perspective. There's a scene in the movie where she's...
Well, she gets in...
I guess spoiler alert, I guess.
Yeah, when she reconnects with this guy whose family she killed, at first she's just working for him. And then it kind of develops into a friendship, and then it develops into like a romantic relationship. All the while she hasn't been able to bring herself to tell him that she's the one who killed his family. And so when they decide to kind of like cross that threshold into a romantic relationship, I'm like, what are you doing? Yeah. What are you doing? And it was just, and for me, I don't feel like as an actress she kind of explains her reasons after she makes the decision. And one of the things this movie was really great with is showing you a lot of things without having to tell you. It's just the whole like first 10-20 minutes of the movie is tells you the story with like almost zero dialogue, and you completely understand. So when she gets to this point, and I'm kind of not making the connection of why she's making this decision, and then she makes it and then explains it. I was like, oh, I wish she would have given a little more in her acting, showing that, she is a young, she's only 22 years old, 21, 22 years old.
In the film.
In the film. And she's, she's under stress, and she's trying her reasons are trying to make, she can see her presence, and she can make this person's life happier, as in a way, as a way to to kind of apologize for.
I think it kind of gets into the stickiness of human relationships, but I wanted to say I get your point of view, because it's like, it's almost like the conventions of contemporary filmmaking. It's almost like you can't have a male-female relationship without there being some kind of sexual component. And it's like, that is a turnoff. It always kind of ends up that way. Like Hollywood doesn't think people will watch a movie and enjoy it if the two leads don't somehow
have some kind of romantic connection or something.
And that is disappointing. But I think I liked it in the sense that it's a reflection of the real kind of stickiness of relationships. Things don't always work out the way
I
they
understand
But now you
that,
see-
but like I said, it's more of a technical thing rather than a decision because I know it's stupid choices people make, especially in regards to relationship. I just don't feel she gave me enough of that she was
Right.
interested, or she was kind of this very young, immature kind of person that would make a decision like that. I mean, she's the actress was 29 years old at the time when she made this, and she came across to me as a 29-year-old rather than a 22-year-old. And I think some other experienced actors are able to kind of give you like, oh yeah, she's kind of immature. They kind of give you little subtle things that can trick, so you kind of okay, I can believe that. That decision.
I get you.
But
I get
yeah,
what you're
yeah.
saying. When you first mentioned
So,
it, I
and
was
that's-
kind of like,
yeah.
I don't know. But then
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
No, but what you're saying, Lori, is, I mean, I guess I saw that in the movie, or like you said, didn't see it.
Yeah.
But also, like we talked on another movie, there is that suspension of belief.
Yeah.
So I with my mind,
You
I
already-
just put it there. Okay.
Well, so like I
All right.
said, as soon as she
Yeah.
made the decision, she completely explained it, and I was like, that makes total sense.
Yeah, but
Like I
you
said,
could've- she
I'm
could've
like, if she
explained
could have
it
shown
before.
it without, I mean, like she did, like they did so much in movies, you could have just shown that before. I mean, it's really a minor thing. This is a really good little film and stuff. So, and like I said, it's
and
it's
there
kinda,
is sex in it.
Not really hot
Not-
sex
no,
though. More
well-
like just like
Well,
okay, they having
it-
sex,
well, yeah.
whatever.
So
It
Brit
was-
Marling actually.
It was raw.
Oh,
Oh, let's, we're gonna edit
it's
that.
It's not an HBO movie, so it's not HBO.
Well, I did want to say, y'all.
Yeah.
We mentioned before, when we did our review before. The thing I like about the science fiction aspect of this story is they use it more as a narrative, a way to, it's a narrative device.
like a
in the
frame
film.
or a hanger, maybe you're not
It's
really.
a device to tell the rest of the
Yeah.
story. The idea of the other Earth is in the background, and then this drama is unfolding, and then
Yeah.
the whole time she's trying to figure out how she can get to the other Earth because she wants to
Yeah.
kind of fix her life that's been damaged by the circumstances of this accident she had years prior. But in regards to Brit Marling, I'm a fan of Brit Marling. I've watched pretty much all of the films that she's done. Well, not all of. She's done some Hollywood productions as an actress over the years, but I've seen all her stuff. She has a TV series that she did on Netflix. I haven't watched all of that yet, but if you're interested in anything we're talking about, I highly recommend her follow-up to this, Sound of My Voice, which is an excellent film. And then she did her best film so far, The East, which is about
Which
eco-terrorism.
we watched a couple years ago.
And I highly recommend that film to
That was a
anyone who
good movie,
hasn't
too.
heard of it or seen it. And then she did another film by the director of Another Earth. His name is Mike Cahill. He did another film later called I Origins, which I thought was interesting, but that's not really a Brit Marling film. She just happened to be in
She
it.
was acting in it. Okay.
It was, I give it it was okay, but I highly recommend anything with her name on it. I
Check it
want to
out.
see it, yeah, because she's
Because it's like
interesting.
it's kind of like I like smart movies. I like people who and you can tell their intelligence is behind the creation of this stuff. We get so
Right.
much dumbed down stuff. It's really refreshing to
I
get
totally agree.
something
It's
that
something refreshing and different to see. And then she's not even from a film background, which is really surprising. She actually was studying economics in Georgetown,
Right,
and
yeah.
then decided, I guess, she even got offered a job as a stockbroker, and she decided she wanted to go into filmmaking with some of her friends. And I think, like I said, I look forward to seeing what else she's going to bring, because she always brings interesting, fresh perspectives. And she's obviously someone who respects science fiction. Like, a lot of people
Yeah.
demean science fiction as genre fiction, but I'm a science fiction geek. I grew up, loving science fiction and thinking that, like, this is the kind of film I've always wanted to see, that I just never knew anyone would ever make a film like this, but I've always wanted to see a film like this. So
Yeah. Well, for the most part, I would say I am horror, science fiction, and action movie That's what I want. That's what I want.
Right.
I absolutely love this movie.
Yeah.
And it's more of a
Oh,
drama.
cool.
So,
It was a drama. It was smart. It didn't think you were dumb,
Yeah, exactly.
and it didn't play it that way.
Right.
Like you said, they had the science fiction, the Earth, as the here this is, and then they said, okay, you know about this. We put it in the background. Here's what's going on, and they told a story, never forgetting about that. They didn't forget about.
No, it's weaved
another
in
Earth.
throughout the movie. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, it's
but
touched on.
they still said there still is a life to live, and here is the life that we are following,
Right.
and here's how this life intertwines with this other life, and they never forgot anything or anybody. We've all seen movies where they've forgotten someone or something. They did not forget. They kept, and it wasn't that they looked back at it. Oh yeah, we didn't forget this. It was just there, and it was beautiful.
That's all right.
It was really, really beautiful.
This
Hit
is
me
not,
up on
there's nothing
WhatsApp.
professional about this. I'm drinking tea out of a cup. So that's another Earth. I did want to mention
can't show you what
the
I'm
actor along with Brit Marling is William. Was it Mapother? And I recognize that name. I had to look it up. He's
It's
the
something
other
like that.
famous Mapother, acting Mapother, is Tom Cruise. That's his real last name.
Oh, wow.
And William turns
Yeah,
out to
you
be
did
his
tell me.
cousin, and he's good in his film too.
Yeah.
So it's-
Okay, see,
as
that's
the
interesting.
father who lost his family tragically to dumb
Right.
girls,
Right.
dumb girl partying. But anyway, so that's another Earth. Check it out. It is on. I think it's on HBO Max. Do we call it
I
on?
believe so. Yeah.
And let us know in the comments what you think. We out.
We out.
We out.
We out to another Earth, y'all.
I'm so used to clapping now. I've got to do the clap at the
We're
end.
gonna have to do the clap.
But I
now.
can't
We
do it
can
on
do the
time.
clap.
Yeah.
I can't do it on